Hello. Hello. Howdy day. Howdy do. I used to think I was too much for myself, but then I realized it was just a belief saying that I was too much for the world. And I know a lot of us feel that way, to the point it feels like we don't fit into societal ways or societal norms. And because of this, since we don't fit in, we still feel like we have to follow what we have been told to do for so many decades. Because of this, we lose our sovereignty. And then we don't understand why we lose our sovereignty over what they call the American dream. Listen, you guys, I didn't want to come on today, but I was called to do this video. And I'm actually excited because today you're going to understand why it's so important to become self-aware, to own your personal power. And when you understand how important this is, you'll be able to have the courage to see through the lies we have been told about. What is good, Gucci, beautiful beings? So grand rising, should I say rich rising, because you're that powerful and that abundant, and you have the divine right to own your abundance. But other than that, beautiful beings, welcome back to another episode on Embracing Ascension series with your homegirl Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I am an intuitive channeler and energetic activator. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness, and I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because our divine right to know more than what we've been told. Other than that, beautiful beings, if you want to know any of my business inquiries, my healing course, my merge, what I'm all about, that information will be down in the description box below. Just find my Linktree link and you'll find all of my information. And also, if you do enjoy my content, and you do want to spend time with me here today, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button, so it keeps me in rotation and it helps this video get out to other individuals, light workers, healers, people who are ready to awaken to their journey, who may need to hear this message. And this is going to be a powerful message. But before we get into the topic of today, I need to give a disclaimer. Even though disclaimers are for like legal purposes and stuff like that, but I want to explain that what I'm going to share with you today, it's not coming from resentment, it's not coming from hatred, it's not coming from anger. This is literally coming from a place of pure intention to assist you to become more aware of your environment. And when we become more aware of our environment and we learn to listen to our intuition within our environment, then we will actually understand how our power is being taken away in order to learn how to take it back. And here's the thing. A lot of our power is taken away on each and every day. It's like we give our power away to our phone, celebrities, entertainment, a job, time, these things that make us stressed, that make us worry, that doesn't really give us the sense of emotional fulfillment. All of these things have so much power over us and we don't understand why. So today I want to help you understand why you think you have to be like what we've been told. And once you understand why you were indoctrinated to believe in what you believe in today, then you'll be able to take your power back. Because you can't have power, you can't have your personal power until you understand what is taking your personal power away. And here's another thing. A lot of people are going to think this video is a conspiracy theory, someone who hates the government, money, all that. I don't. If anything, I highly believe we need laws. We need this system. It really helps keep us in order and organized. But what I don't believe in is how the power is being abused over the people when it's meant to help us, not destroy us. So I have to share this because this is coming from pure intent, from what I've learned upon my journey. And I feel this is going to resonate with a lot of people. So, the American dream. Sparkles. Everything I'm going to share with you is not to shun anyone's belief. It's not to bypass anyone's right to what they want to believe in. It's just literally for me to help you become self-aware and aware of this world. So, the American dream. What if I told you you've been lied to all your life? By your parents, your family, your teachers, your friends, co-workers, everyone, even your own ego. What if I told you you were lied to? This is going to be a real hard pill to swallow because a lot of us haven't been taught to be honest to ourselves, to be real. And here's the thing. When we grow up, we don't understand why we are the way that we are. And it's because we absorbed all the beliefs from our childhood, all the beliefs from our surroundings that make up our personal reality. And to the point, even if we're not satisfied by it. But this is why I want to bring this to your awareness so you can be able to have that inner reflection and see what is it that you picked up from childhood that is not your own beliefs, that is causing you to stay in this state of autopilot that is not really serving you. So, the American dream. We all have heard of it. America is the greatest place to live. It's a job is the greatest thing to do. Going to school is the best thing you can do. Getting a degree really defines your worth. Getting a job, getting a home, getting a family, getting a picket white fence, getting a certain car, getting a certain career, a certain amount of money defines your worth. And if you don't have that, you ain't nothing, right? That's the American dream we live by. What if I told you it was a lie? What if I told you that was just a propaganda to feed us into the fear of believing that we don't have power over our own lives? I want you guys to realize that, one, America was not founded naturally. It was founded by getting it stolen by indigenous tribes that rightfully owned the land and actually healed the land and brought beauty and love to the land. While people who want to create America stole that land for greed. That's the first indoctrination. Programming, I would say. Second one is time. The clock. Time is a way to keep us mesmerized in this propaganda. Meaning that time and the calendar only keeps us in a state of order. What happens when we look at time and we feel like we don't have enough? We worry. And what happens when you worry? You fear. And what happens when you fear? You're giving off a vibrational signal that feeds this propaganda. So that is another way of the programming we've been fed. Third way is the calendar. Let me go back to the calendar. All these holidays, man-made holidays. A lot of people don't know Jesus was never born on Christmas. Christmas was actually created from a demented entity. Yes. Columbus Day was about the Pilgrims celebrating the founding of America, when really it was about them celebrating the butchering of native indigenous tribes where they stole America from. Now, the third indoctrination that we were meant to believe in is entertainment, success. We watch all these actresses, all these musicians, all these artists, all these fashion designers, and we believe they're demigods. We believe we have to worship them. We believe that we have to idolize them and be like them. Little do we know, most of those people are mentally distraught and emotionally destroyed, that they're giving off false ways of living, to the point we're living that way as if this is the way to live. And that is a third propaganda that we have meant to believe in, is to worship other people as if you are inferior and they're superior. So now the fourth indoctrination is a job. I'm going to be real blunt with you guys. That is the hugest problem about the American dream, is a job. Did you know that the word job, J-O-B, just means just over broke? If you did not know that, I share that with you because we have really, really, really been brainwashed to think that we need a job to work for someone. We can't live, we can't survive. That's the American dream. Go to school, get a job, and then you'll have everything you want. A job never makes you rich. A job only keeps you in stagnation. But I share this with you because you have to realize they teach you to believe you need that so you don't find your own source of making money so you can beat their system. I know it sucks to hear, but there's a little story I want to share with you. I remember I was in college, and I'm going to share with you, the next thing is about school. I'm going to share with you why I stopped going to school, actually, in the next one. But, and why I did get fired this year from a job, but I completely was just like, I'm done. I'm done with the matrix. I'm done with the system. I love it. I thank it. I already overcame the fear of working for someone else. So I'll never forget, I was 17 years old and I was in college. And I met a lot of people at that time who were officers, who were in the Navy, who were in the Army, who even had parents that were in the, what was it? What's that? Not the Paradigm. Oh my God. The Pentagon. The Pentagon. And they told me a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. And I've learned that the entertainment system is owned by the CIA. I'm going to leave that there. Now, he told me, I'll never forget, I was going through a bunch of articles and files and stuff because I'm that intrigued. You know, when I meet people and they're into stuff of like wanting to change the world and you know, non-profit organizations, you know, I'm into that. So I was going through his stuff and there was an article I read. It blew my mind. And it was from a newspaper, I think back in 1954, if I'm not mistaken, or around the 1960s, but I highly believe it's before the 60s. So this was around the time when the job system was being created. And I think this was around the time that the Second Great Depression hit, when money wasn't really important, but they couldn't find a way, a source for people to get back on their feet. So that's when the job system was created, laws started to be formed for, you know, child labor and all of that. So in the process of jobs being created, the person who created the job was the Rockefellers. If you don't know the not the Rockefellers, Rothschilds. They are, I think, I don't think they're the number one richest people in the world, but they're the second. They own the banks. They own the system. They own, politics and all of that. So the Rothschilds, he decided to create the job system. And when they asked him in an interview why he created the job system, he said very precisely, as I read it in quotations, no man should think for themselves. You created a job system so no man has power over their life. That's interesting. And if you think about it, it makes sense. You got 8 hours at a job, 8 hours of your life when you get out that job. So you really don't have a life. So you can't think for yourself. So that is a fourth way of programming. Now, the last one I'm going to share, schooling. So I ended up going to college at a very young age, which was 17 years old. I went to college in Atlanta, and people made fun of me because I was very young. But I will never forget, we had this very important day in my school. I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, and there was a lot of big people from the education system there. And I don't know why I felt compelled to ask one of these men who were in the education system about why is it schooling is so expensive. And I literally asked him that. He pulls me aside and he looked at me and he said, "You're the only person who ever had the nerve to ask me that. So I'm going to tell you the truth." And at that moment, I knew something was really going to hit me hard. So he goes and says, schooling is expensive because it's not meant for education. It is meant as another source of income. Schooling was created so there's another way for the government to make money. The majority of the curriculum, that's the second question I asked him. Why is it most people can get a job after they get out of school? And he said, the reason why a majority of people don't get the jobs they want once they leave school is because the curriculum that they learned was 10 years ago. It's not the current curriculum that they need in order to get that job. So basically, it's just a kind of a game. You come to school, you think you're getting what you need in order to get the job that you want, but really we're making money, and you do learn, but you're not promised. So no matter what, we make money. We did our job. At the moment, he said it in a way where he genuinely was honest. And I knew at that moment, I knew school wasn't for me. And here's the thing, you guys. I share all this with you because at a very young age, I realized this very young. I barely even watch TV. At a young age, I never really liked watching TV. It was very rare for me. I always felt like music videos and movies were just saying subliminal messages that I caught on to. Like, I'll never forget when I was 12 years old, I think, and Dark Horse by Katy Perry first came on. And I remember watching that music video. I was like, wow, this is really dark. Something doesn't feel right. And I knew that at a very young age. And even when I went to school, I just felt like, what am I learning? I don't feel like I'm really learning. I feel like I'm memorizing. You know, I've been to church, and I felt like they're making it seem like I need them when I'm my own temple. You know what I mean? So, and then even working a job, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I can't stand a job. I'm not saying I can't hold a job. I could hold a job. It's just a matter of, I know my soul is not meant to be there. I've known at a very young age, everything we've been taught, everything that we have been programmed to believe in, I knew it was a lie. I knew it wasn't who I really am. But I share this with you because the reason why the world is the way that it is, because behind the surface, there's a lot of darkness, there's a lot of rituals, there's a lot of spells, there's a lot of things that make the world the way that it is to create only limitation and suffering. And I want to bring this to your awareness because the reason why you feel like you have no control over your life is because this society was created for you not to have control. And this is not to scare you. I thought I was scared of all of this. I thought I was scared of speaking my truth. I thought I was scared to go about my own path and do my own thing and start my own business. But then I realized that the system, yes, it was not created for us to thrive. But the beautiful thing is that the universe did create it for us to be in order to have things in order. But since it got corrupted, now we can use the system as a reflection of what it is that we really, really want. And going within the resistance that is repelling what we want to come into our life. And that is how we do the inner work in order to attract and receive what we want. And I share this with you because you have to understand, once you become self-aware of your resistance, your triggers, your beliefs, how you feel, how you react, and when you start questioning it, when you start questioning yourself, you start questioning your reality. And when you start questioning your reality, you start thinking for yourself. This society was not created for you to think for yourself. But I share this with you because when you can become aware, you become very curious about your environment. And here's the beautiful thing, you guys. I love the fact that I don't follow the crowd. I really don't. I don't like doing what everyone else does. I'm literally in my own world. That's why when people always come around me, they're like, oh my God, I love your energy. It's just like it rubs off on me. It's so optimistic. It's because I'm in my own world. I think for myself. I do my own thing, you know? And I share this with you as a sign of inspiration to inspire you to know that you have the right to face your fears. You have the right to believe in what you want to believe in, even if it goes against the crowd, against your family, against your friends, against your coworkers. Because your soul deserves to feel fulfilled. Even if that means not going with the herd and following your own path and your own guidance. And it is scary to do that. But here's the thing. When you start wanting to take your power back from everything that has hurt you, from the society, from this world, from this life that thinks it's evil. People think this world is evil. It's not evil. It's just the way we think it's evil. When you start transforming how you see yourself, how you see life, and you think for yourself. And when you think for yourself, you take your power back, and therefore no one can control you, manipulate you, use you, or hurt you. So I share all this with you so you can finally face your fear. Face your fear of thinking the government has control over you. Face your fear of thinking your boss has control over you. Face your fear of thinking that you can't do it for you, boo. And when you lean into that fear, because that's the whole point, the system wants to keep you in fear so you don't think for yourself and be your own person. But when you face that fear, what happens? What happens when you face your fears? You have the power to level up now. And that's the beautiful thing, is that when you face a fear, then you're ready for the next level. In life, that's what they say, new levels, new devils. You guys, I really hope everything I shared with you is for you to become more curious about your life. Become more curious about yourself. Become more curious about, where is my power? Where am I? What do I want? How do I feel? How do I think? Am I being heard? Am I being seen? If I'm not, how can I allow that to happen? You guys, it's getting to a point where there's a huge divide. It's getting to a point where we really got to stand up for ourselves in order for this world to be a place where we really want to live. We give our power away too much to all these governments, these politicians, these actresses, these rich people. They don't give a fuck about us. Some of them do. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them do. I'm gonna be blunt with you. When are you gonna give a fuck about you? When are you gonna stop relying on the outside world for you to realize your worth and your power? When nothing outside of you or of this world defines you. So, I say this again. When are you going to finally take your power back? And just know, you guys, when you make a decision for you, the universe loves a stubborn heart. Always. A stubborn heart always gets rewarded. And what I mean by stubborn is someone who goes by the rebellious heart, meaning that you go by what feels right to you, not what feels right or is right to the eyes of other people. So other than that, beautiful beings, everything I share with you is just for you to understand self-awareness, to understand your fears, and to face them. Because nothing has power over you unless you give it consent. But you first got to understand why you have given your power away in the first place. And then literally you'll learn that who you have been is not who you really are. And it's going to be a little nerve-wracking to merge to a new identity, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, because you're going against what you once believed in. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking. But when you finally do it, there is a liberation, there is a sense of freedom, and you become the leader, and you become the example for other people. So other than that, beautiful beings, whatever your heart desires, keep listening to it and keep following that call. Because you're being called to step into your power and face your fears, so nothing can control you anymore. Other than that, beautiful beings, I share all of this with you so you can understand that this world is shifting. So it's about time you shift with it. Because we can't have no more fear, man. Let's just fucking love. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna end it right there. Other than that, beautiful beings, if you found any clarity, any upliftment from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And again, this is not to bring fear to you. This is just to bring awareness to you so you can take your power back and realize fear has no power over you. So realize this. Fear. F-E-A-R. Fuck everything and run, or face everything and rise.